Hi, I'm Kristen Connolly. I'm the elected clerk recorder and registrar of voters here in Contra Costa County. Over the next 2 months, high school students will be interviewing elected officials of their choice to learn more about their work. We hope you will enjoy this series we're calling Democracy Dialogues.
Hi everyone, my name is Vivian Arndt. I'm a senior attending Miramani High School, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing Diane Burgis. Diane Burgis is a county supervisor of the 3rd Supervisorial District, one of the fastest growing areas in Contra Costa County, and she was first elected to office in 2016. Thank you so much for being here with us today for Democracy Dialogues. So to start, can you please tell me a little bit about your job?
So the Board of Supervisors is a government body that manages the county government. County government is mixed with a lot of different things. We have a lot of federal and state mandates that we need to meet, and then we have a lot of different services we provide. We have 19 cities within Contra Costa County, but we have a large unincorporated area, which is also overseen by the county. And so whether it's public works, animal services, flood control, libraries, we have airports, a health plan, hospital. We have a lot of different things that we are involved in with county government. And so my job is to help oversee that and to represent the people of District 3, which is Brentwood, Antioch, Oakley, most of Antioch, Discovery Bay, Byron, Knightson, and Bethel Island, and Marsh Creek area. And so while I represent them, I also help manage the county. And then as a representative of Contra Costa, I serve on a whole bunch of different committees that are regional in nature. And so I think the last time we counted, I serve on 30 different committees.
Wow, that's definitely impressive. When you first took office, what was the thing that surprised you the most?
Well, previous to getting elected to the Board of Supervisors, I had served as a council member in the city of Oakley, and I had also served as a director on the East Bay Regional Park District. So I had some, understanding of elected office, but county supervisor is a full-time job. And it's a lot more involved. I think the thing that struck me the most early on was how much people didn't talk to each other. And so that's been really a privilege and a wonderful thing to connect people within county government to work together, whether it's having better communication or sharing everybody has limited resources. So if we can put our resources together and leverage it, we are better. And so how much I could connect people was kind of the first thing that struck me when I got elected.
Yeah, that's great. Could you let us know what your day-to-day job looks like?
Sure. So I would say there is not a normal day-to-day routine. I, like I said, sit on all these different committees, and some of them are monthly, some of them are quarterly, annually. And so it's having a schedule of all of these different meetings. It's meeting with constituents. It's meeting with different members of elected officials or county staff. The nice thing is with COVID, we've really been able to create the type of technology and ability to meet via Zoom. And so that has decreased a lot of the driving that I used to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Next, how do you maintain the responsibilities in your county while also prioritizing your district?
Well, I think we're all in this together. And I have 4 other colleagues, and I think it's really kind of nice that we all recognize that we're all in this together and that there are shifts and changes that happen through the census data or through, different things that happen. And so what benefits one district benefits another. And so I obviously get to see the specific and unique things that affect my district, and I can advocate for that, whether it's on one of those various committees or on the Board of Supervisors. It's also an opportunity to work with my colleagues to see that we share some of these things and we can make them better. So I work on a regional level and I work for my district, but I think all of it benefits each other.
That's such an interesting dynamic. What would you say is the biggest concern facing our county in the future?
In the future, I'm really concerned about climate change.
Mm-hmm.
There are still folks that don't believe in climate change, sea level rise. And we've seen a lot of different results recently related to climate change. We're seeing extreme conditions, whether it's droughts or these atmospheric rivers. We're hearing in the news about the big flooding in Libya. There's the fires in Hawaii. We're seeing changes in our climate, which affects everything from our health to our economy to our quality of life. And so I think that's probably one of my biggest concerns. We're also looking at the housing issues. We have seen a huge increase in homelessness and the need for services. And geographically, that has changed as well. And so making sure that we have services where people need them is another one of my priorities. And then public safety. We had a fire district here in East Contra Costa that was originally only 9 people serving 250 square miles, over 100,000 people. And in the last few years, we've been able to turn that around. We were able to annex the fire district into Contra Costa Fire. And just a year ago, this past June, there were only 9 people, and now there's 19 people protecting those areas. And we'll go from 3 stations to 6 stations in the next couple of years. So public safety's been a big thing for me as well.
That's great. You brought up a couple of issues there. First, on the discussion of climate change, what work have you done to improve the ecosystem and environmental consciousness of your district?
Well, my roots started out working for an organization called Friends of Marsh Creek Watershed. And so I've, for many, many years, worked on clean water, doing better practices related to landscaping and gardening, keeping garbage out of our storm drains and cleaning it up. We're working on different things on the county level to decrease our impacts on energy, on the amount of trash that's going into the water, and to make more green building happening. We also recently helped make it possible for 2 refineries to begin using a new technology that provides green diesel. And that will be another thing that we're doing that makes the world a better place when that type of technology is actually used in the refineries.
That's very important. Also, what are some of your ideas and actions you've taken for homeless prevention?
So we have worked on different levels. It's about prevention. And so keeping people housed and making sure that the services are there to help people stay housed. It's about meeting people where they are. So for each person that's homeless, there's a different reason. There's a different life journey that has brought them there. And so that means there's different solutions to help them. And so it's about whether it's, getting them a social security card and a driver's license so they can go apply for a job, helping them get housed, helping them get to the doctor, all of these different things that we can do that help engage people. And it's also about, making sure there's affordable housing. East Contra Costa used to be considered affordable, and it's less and less affordable in that, comparison. And on top of that, people that buy a house in East Contra Costa, while they may pay less for a house than, say, in Central Contra Costa, they are paying much higher amounts as far as gas and wear and tear on their vehicles. They are giving up many hours of time that would otherwise be spent volunteering, helping their kids with school, exercising, doing things. And so there is a higher cost. And on top of that, the greenhouse gas emissions and the amount of money that we need to invest in transportation. So I've really been trying to advocate to the folks that connect housing to transportation to also include jobs, because if we have jobs out here in East Contra Costa, people wouldn't have to be spending so much time on the roads. People could be using the infrastructure on the roads to, right now it's being used one way at one part of the day and one way the other part of the day. If it was being used at the same time, both directions, that would be better use of our roads. So it's about making sure we keep people housed. It's about providing the services to get them off the street and giving them a place that they can be housed.
Definitely. Those are great points. Next, how do you prioritize youth and their mental health in your work?
So I believe that what we're seeing is there's a lot more older folks in Contra Costa, which means there's more of a need for a workforce in the future. I think that when kids are properly loved and nurtured and given the support they need, they're able to be, whatever they want to be. And so I think it's early on, it's about making sure moms and dads are getting the support they need so that they are prepared to provide a home for their baby, and that they are feeding them properly and they understand the milestones, that if there is stress or things that are counter to helping a child be healthy and strong and happy, that they're, being able to address that. And, in our schools, making sure that kids are being taught empathy and kindness and those kind of things. I think growing up, I experienced that type of thing. And I think we need to emphasize empathy and kindness and acceptance of folks, because we all have different things that we're struggling with. We all have different strengths and weaknesses. And I think that if we can help people feel good about who they are, then that's really important. I think when we get to these older ages, whether it's middle school or high school, when, mental health issues are becoming more and more obvious, I worked with our local school districts to help people train to be there for other people. And I would like to see more programs where we are giving kids the tools to be there for their peers if they want to, and also letting those kids know that they're not alone and that they can reach out, whether it's to a teacher or another student that's been prepared to be able to do that.
That's such a great approach. And finally, to close things off, what advice would you give to a high schooler or a member of the youth of Contra Costa County that is interested in government?
Well, I was involved in student government in school. And I think that if you really are interested, I think that's a good place to start. There's a lot of tools that you earn and learn when you're doing that, from public speaking to learning how to get people to support you. I think that if you just want to contribute, I think really figure out what your gifts are. What is it that you like to do, and share those gifts with people. Because I think, if you're artistic, or if you are athletic, or if you are, interested in politics, those are all different things that are important gifts that are important to contribute. The other thing you can do is you can intern with an office. I know that next year we'll probably be providing an internship program within my office. And I think, you don't have to wait for, some official announcement. Reach out to your elected official and find out if there's an opportunity.
Well, I'm so glad we could have this interview. Thank you so much for your time, Supervisor Burgess.
Thank you. And thank you for all you do.